Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.
Nah, I would never sign and be somebody artist.
Okay.
I record for all money in. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be how I stay. Now signing and having strategic partners, two different things. I'll definitely, partner. And when I say partner, I mean in the true sense of the word. A partner is somebody you equal to.
Okay.
In terms of equity, in terms of control, in terms of, ideas. A partnership is not anything less than 50-50. Sometimes it's more in one direction, but it's never less than 50-50. So, if it makes sense, like I'll take a meeting and I'll listen. I got a definitive idea of what I want to do. I'm not up for no negotiations at all. I got my number, I got my structure, I know what I want. And so, it ain't even about sitting down talking, it's about sending the terms over, and if they with it, they gonna do it. If not, we gonna keep pushing how we pushing. And we good, we comfortable in the lane we in. I'm proud of what I do more than anything else, you know what I'm saying? I think that's my number one goal. I got it written in my studio. At the end of this whole situation, create something to be proud of. That's the first rule. So when you get on a label, you gotta make songs you don't believe in, and you gotta, jump through hoops to get your record on the shelf. I'm not with none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what's the upside of it? That you get a bigger audience or that you can be a bigger star. Fuck all that. They can keep that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't what we in it for. So my thing is just, like I said, I got my idea of what it's gonna cost. I got a vision for what I want my company to represent, what I want me as an artist to represent. And if a record label want to step outside of their traditional business model to be part of what we're doing, we know how much it's gonna cost them, and we know the structure of what that's gonna be. So it's really on them. It ain't nothing about us budgeting. It's about them budgeting, meeting us where we want to be met at. Yeah.
All right. Well, I gotta ask you another independent question, man. Like I said, you're one of the faces when you think of independent artists, top independent artists in the country right now, all genres.
Thanks.
So, I'm from Philly. I've been up and down the East Coast. I've been down South, and I've seen the difference between the down South and the East Coast, like Northeasty.
Yeah.
Independent grind. Never been to the West Coast before.
Yeah.
So can you explain, being as though you travel more than me, can you explain the difference between the independent grind from the West Coast to the East Coast and down South per se?
You think Master P came to Oakland to start No Limit.
Okay.
Death Row was an independent company, Suge owned the Masters. That was real. That was a real independent movement. And it wasn't underground. They succeeded at the highest level. Pac is an international icon. You're gonna mention Pac next to Bob Marley, and next to Madonna in terms of what his impact was. Same with Snoop Dogg. He the most recognizable face in the world, next to the president. You go to any country in the world, they know Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
So that was done on an independent label. And if you really look at the game right now, you look at the big three. You got Universal, you got Warner Brothers, and you got Sony. Universal got the highest market share, right? And out of Universal top acts, you got Cash Money, it's an independent P&D deal. You got Taylor Swift, which is an independent P&D deal. And I'm not sure what the third one is, but that's the highest breadwinners for the companies, and they independent. And so, that say something. I wouldn't say that's the end of the conversation, but you gotta look at that as being a fact that, sometimes you gotta build your situation internally. It's like, I'll give examples of countries. Sometimes countries close their walls for tourism so they can get their own situation right.
They get that value up.
Yeah, they don't let people come in right now. They getting their own people right first. They getting their own culture right, and they building their own infrastructure of their country. And when they get it to where they're going, they allow people to come in and, check it out. But, I think sometimes it's necessary to avoid taking them checks and avoid letting people come and they put their influence into what you're trying to build, because it might not be ready for that yet. You might need to, own your studio, build your producers and build your songwriters and build your fan base up. You look at Motown, You know, what was Motown without Hitsville USA? What was Motown without Smokey Robinson? What was Motown without the producers? You know, then they went and did they did after they built the foundation. And I'm sure it would have been of lesser value if they allowed the people to come in ahead of time. And it would not, it might have been watered down, it might have like changed the direction. But when they had it built, it was an easy sell. It's like it's already working. Here go the price. You with it or not? You know, and it was already too late. The impact had been made. You know, I know down south they getting that. You know, they still grinding like the '80s. That's what I know about down south. You know, niggas pull up at the gas station, 50 and 60 racks. Young niggas, 20, 18 years old. That's how they hustling out there. So I think, you know, they got their own money. Out west, it's a similar situation, but and on the east, you know, the East Coast known for hustling as well. But I know for a fact down south, it ain't niggas ain't really open to taking nobody else's money. They coming out their pocket, and I respect that.
All right, bet. It's almost the end of 2013. I know, you know, you promised us the new album Victory Lap coming in 2014.
Yeah.
Is it still dropping? So I know a lot of artists, you know, always seem to push that project back. You know, with the success of Crenshaw, I know you might want to promote that longer. Will we still get the album in 2014?
I mean, that's the plan. But it's like football. You see defense, you got to run, play, set up. You might call it audible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the goal is to score the touchdown and to cover ground and make forward progress. So you never gonna be married to any one player. You're gonna read the defense and you're gonna read what's on the field and you're gonna audible if you need to, or you're gonna be like, yeah, it's about to work. The way it's looking, it's about to work, but who knows, you know? What, I'm never gonna miss a year with new music. Regardless, I'm gonna keep feeding people.
Now,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Now, I know you talk about, you know, the creative direction. You did a lot of songs already. Like, is there a cover art already made for Victory Lap?
Yeah, we got the cover out. I put the cover out in 2012. December 21st was the original date for Victory Lap. Again, I called it album. But, you know, we got the cover done. You know what I'm saying? I got the first single done. I got a good majority of records done. But I'm going to keep recording. You know, I got a new fresh breath there creatively. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just go in, man. I'm going to get out the way and let the energy of the moment dictate what goes on, what the records end up being. And I'm going to just do my job. I'm going to show up and work every day, you know?
Okay, now, is there anybody special, you know, you would like to get on the record, producer, artist, you know, that you want to work with? Maybe not necessarily for your album, but, you know, just in general.
Recently, man, I heard a mixtape from this dude named Party Next Door. It's like an R&B artist from Toronto. And I felt the mixtape, I already was feeling it, so I reached out. We did a record, you know what I'm saying, recently we put it out, called Candy. And I was one of the people I wanted to work with. Outside of that, man, I want to do something with Meek. I'm a fan of Meek Mill. I think at the level he at, I don't think there's no other people from the element that's operating at that level, and I respect what he do, you know. So I love to get another record with Meek. Rose, I'm a fan of Ross, you know. Outside of that, just my team, like, you know, I'm a fan of my niggas, you know. Copy Supreme, Grandpa, BWyche, J Stone, my Crime Me just came home, you know what I'm saying? He was out stapling posters with me, you know, years ago. You know, he was out, you know, sleeping on the floor, you know what I mean, in the spot, selling candle wax to smokers with me, you know, when it was doing bad. And he missed the whole first leg of this. He went to jail. And then he got out and went right back. So he back home and he focused and he got a mixtape ready. And I'm excited about that, man. It's just my goal to get him off parole. You know, get his album out, get his mixtape out, and just see the people react to what he doing.
Cool. Man, is there anything else you would like to say to the camera?
Yeah, man. Make sure you get the mixtape Crenshaw. You know, check out the single, Check Me Out, featuring myself, Copy Supreme, Dom Kennedy. Lose by 1,500 to nothing in the Futuristics. And shit, you already know the marathon continues. Yeah.
It's your boy Brandon BWyche, hiphop since 1987.com, and Nipsey Hussle signing off.
Yeah.
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.